So I'm out here at Ames Knoll State Park. I want to talk to you guys about fear. Fear is what the world is running on now. Dunkin' Donuts would like you to think that it's running on coffee. You know, the world runs on Dunkins. When I came to Massachusetts, I was like, man, there's one of these at every corner. Like, why is there a need for so much caffeine? But like, caffeine never did anything for me. I grew up drinking it, so I drank it because it tastes good. But I no longer drink coffee now. I'm so glad that I don't. It does just terrible things to your body. But we're here to talk about fear and why the world is running on fear when it should be running on love, which is what I'm here to spread. It's getting a little cold, guys, so I got the gloves here. A little windy, but it's kind of like subsided for now. But yeah, let's see if I can show you guys the view. It's a very nice view. This is like one of my favorite rocks right here. I love sitting on this rock. I'm always sitting on this rock, like whenever I come here. So, fear. I know for a fact that my life ran on fear for a majority, and there's still some fear in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I still have some things to work on. I mean, I've been sick for 24 years, and I didn't start healing until almost 2 years ago. So I started my journey, and a lot of people never start that journey. A lot of people never dig deeper. A lot of people never question things. They kind of just accept things and kind of go with what society is going with. Like, what society has accepted as the norm, it's okay. Like, right now, it's perfectly okay to get drunk. Like, I have gotten drunk in front of like all my little cousins. I mean, like, shit-faced drunk, like really, really drunk in front of all my little cousins, showing them what I'm doing. Like, they're seeing me get drunk, and that was perfectly okay with my family. Like, no one said anything, right? Everyone was laughing about it. Even when I got sick and I was puking and I was cussing people out, like, they were asking me if I needed help. I'm like, no, leave me the fuck alone. Like, it got to that point. That happened around my family, and that was perfectly okay for some reason, because society has glorified drinking. Wherever you go, it's okay to drink. Like, it's on ads, it's everywhere. Alcohol is just it's fun. When you go to college is not about who goes to college to even learn anymore. When I've seen people pick colleges based on like how big the parties get. Like, they just want to go there and get drunk, and it's so sad. And in the same society that like weed is nowhere near as bad as alcohol. I stopped smoking weed as well, but weed is nowhere near as bad. But if I smoked around my cousins or my family they'd probably kick me out. They'd be like, what are you doing, blah blah, and all that nonsense. But drinking alcohol is perfectly okay. But that is the fear. Everything is all about fear. They've demonized marijuana. They've demonized so many things, but they glorify some things that are just way, way worse. I mean, junk food is glorified. On the way over here, there was an ad for Uno's Pizza. It said this. It said like, namaste fit this pizza in my mouth. Oh, namaste, I don't know, something like that. But it made fun of like people that are, you know, doing yoga, trying to be healthy and trying to be at peace. It made fun of yoga, which is amazing. Yoga changes lives. I mean, yoga is all about the breath and meditation. It's about the breath in the body, which is powerful, because your breath is powerful. Without your breath, you'd be dead. But it makes fun of that. So you should stop doing yoga, stop trying to get thin, and come buy this thin crust pizza. The more you buy, the thinner you get. It's like, buy one pizza, get another one for $5. They glorify junk food, and they even make fun of it. All these things are being glorified, and yet what's being demonized are usually what's going to help you. So they put a fear behind all the good things. There's a fear behind veganism. There's definitely a fear behind being a raw vegan. I mean, that fear right there is real. There's a fear towards being gay. I mean, there's so many fears out there that just don't even make sense when you think about it. There's even a fear about people being naked, like the human body, like people aren't even allowed to be naked. I mean, there's so many fears out there that the world is run on. But the most important fear, like the number one fear, is the fact that they have gotten us to be afraid of ourselves. And honestly, that is the greatest fear. If you're afraid of yourself, what can you do? I mean, you are the most important person in your life. Everything that you do depends on how you see yourself. If you can't see yourself doing something, then you'll never do it. And if you're afraid of yourself, if you don't even know yourself, how can you see yourself, following your dreams? How? You'll never see that. You'll never see it. And I'll be doing more videos on fear, and I'll be talking about like how they've gotten us to, be afraid of ourselves. But really quickly, I just want to kind of focus on how to get rid of that fear, how to, to start to get to know yourself. So I'll tell you guys like my practice in the morning. Now, I don't do this every day. Sometimes I fail. I'm not perfect, and it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. Like as a raw vegan, I've slipped up before and eaten cooked foods, and that's when I like realize what it's doing to my body. But it's okay. Like just because you fail doesn't mean you should give up. So I'm gonna tell you guys my method. So when I wake up in the morning, I have these beads that I say that I'm thankful for, and that is very, very important. And it's very, very important to go deep with that, especially to thank your body and to get in tune with your body. And when you get into that state, when you slow your mind down, you can carefully pick your thoughts, and you can see what thoughts come, and then you can work with them. There's no such thing as a bad thought. So if something bad comes, don't be afraid of it. You need to confront it. If maybe you're jealous of somebody, confront that. Say, yes, I'm jealous. If you're envious of somebody, confront that. Say, yes, I'm jealous. Just you have to accept it before you can work on it. If you never accept it, if you keep running away from it, that fear is going to run your life. Another thing you can do too is we never really look at ourselves. So take some time to look at yourself when you're brushing your teeth, doing your hair, doing your makeup, which, makeup is all right, but why you gotta cover up that beautiful face though? Why? Show the world that beautiful face, that natural face. Show the world. But while you're doing all that, and before you put on your makeup and see that the mask that you're putting on, look at your actual face. Look at all the details. Look at it, like really, look at yourself. We don't look at ourselves. Like we are constantly running away from ourselves. We're constantly distracting ourselves with so many things, and yet we do not pay attention to ourselves. And because of that, we're afraid. We do that for so long that we get afraid to deal with our thoughts. We get afraid to deal with our emotions. We get afraid to deal with us. And if we can't do that with us, with ourselves, we're not going to be able to do that with others. So get to know yourself. Get to know yourself. Otherwise, no one else will really ever know you, or you will end up living your whole life without actually living. It is so sad how many people go through their whole life, and some people go, 80, 90, 100 years, and they never even figured out who they were. They knew who they were when they came on this planet, when they came on this earth, when they came out of their mother's womb. But when they left, because of how society's placed, you end up forgetting that. You end up forgetting who you are. And you have to. That's why I like meditation and yoga and all that. It's good to spend some time with yourself. You should be your best friend. You should be the most important person in your life. You should love yourself more than anyone. I know it sounds selfish, but it's okay. It's the best kind of selfish. It's the only kind of selfish that's good. Like, you have to think about it logically. Logically, if you do not love yourself more than anybody else, that means you're going to put something else before you. And if you put something else before you, that means you're not giving yourself the attention that you deserve. You end up forgetting about yourself. You end up not taking care of yourself, and then life just is going to pass by. You're going to forget your purpose. You're going to forget what you came here for, because you're going to end up serving someone else's purpose. You're going to end up, helping somebody else achieve their goals, and you're going to just be there miserable. And that's what leads to drinking. That's what leads to drinking all that caffeine. That's what leads to all the sugar. All that stuff is because you are unhappy. I know from experience how unhappy I was. I was about the biggest consumer you could find. I mean, I just loved to consume. I always felt empty. But it's because I was always afraid of myself. And I wouldn't have gotten here because I wanted to work. I wanted to be better. And I was just realizing things weren't working. I was just like, what's going on? Like, at one point I stopped moving forward, and I realized, you know what? I really got to start being honest with myself. It was scary. It was very scary to accept certain things about myself, but how can you move forward? How can I move forward if I'm lying to myself? I'm all about truth and honesty. Like one of my tattoos, enlightened by truth. And I didn't start living that one until I started being honest with myself, telling myself the truth, telling myself that, JJ, you have a lot of things to work on. And I started working on them, and I'm still working on them, and I'll be working on them for the rest of my life. And you know what? That's okay. That's great. I mean, think about it this way. If you're working on yourself for the rest of your life, if you're working on becoming better every day, and you're working on improving, and you're working on your purpose every day, and your purpose is beautiful. Once you find your purpose, oh my goodness, the days of waking up, the days of not being able to get out of bed are gone. They're gone. You can actually start being happy. It seems scary to face those thoughts because we have a lot of them. And depending on how old you are, you have a lot in your subconscious that you haven't dealt with if you have never given yourself the time. So I implore you, we have to stop running away. Nothing good comes from running away. Nothing good comes from fear. We have to stop running away from ourselves, and we have to start loving ourselves fully. Almost dropped. That would have been bad if it fell in the water. But yeah, so take that message with you. Like I said, it's something I'm still working on. You don't have to be perfect, but work at it. Just work at it. Just work at it, and you'll see your life will change for the better. Spend some time with yourself, and then you will find out just how amazing you are. You will find out just what you are capable of. You'll see that you are powerful, that you are limitless, that you can do anything that you put your mind to. The sky is not the limit. There is no limit. There is no limit. The only limits in life are the ones that we put on ourselves. And I know some of the things I'm saying you've heard before, probably giving some quotes or whatever, but guess what? They're true. They are really true, and you will realize how true they are once you start to get to know yourself, once you start to love yourself, once you start to be grateful for all of what you are. All of it. Just be grateful. Gratitude. Attitude of gratitude. That is the best attitude you could have. So wake up and be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for that breath of life that allowed you to wake up, because otherwise you'd be dead. And if you're dead, guess what? Nothing else matters if you're dead. Nothing. So life is short, guys. Enjoy. I love you. Hit me up on Instagram. Subscribe if you like this content, and yeah, and if you'd like me to talk on any other topic, just let me know, and we'll do that. There's nothing is off limits here, honestly. I think the world right now is so afraid of talking about certain subjects. I don't care, I'll talk about it. Everything should be talked about. If it's not talked about, it becomes a fear. It becomes something in your subconscious. It becomes something that you don't deal with, and it's only gonna get worse and worse, and that is where sickness comes from. Remember that. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, and get out in nature and enjoy it. Even though it's cold, just layer up. I got like a couple layers on here. I'm about to go for a walk. But yeah, peace.